this is the one with the bridges. And the guys with the guns, I hate these guys. It's really irritating to hit them once they start shooting. Good work, camera. You know, maybe after this I should take a break from platformers. I mean, I was thinking about doing Billy Hatcher after this, which I've never actually played before. I'm a very impressionable kind of person. And I was watching a video today that showed off some Billy Hatcher. Billy Hatcher wasn't actually the focus of the video, but it showed off Billy Hatcher, and I was like, yeah, that looks pretty interesting. And I've never actually played it. But, you know, maybe I'll just play that for myself, or, you know, just not. Who knows? But maybe I should just take a break from platformers for a while after this. See, that's why I hate the machine gun guys, because actually avoiding the fire once they start shooting is really awkward. And to get that, we actually need a supercharged path. Didn't we rescue this guy?
Thank you for releasing me.
Yeah. I think, like, the guy we rescued in the hub world, is actually mentioned as being someone we rescued before. I think everybody you rescue in Gnasty's world are dragons that you've rescued before. I don't think there's any actual new dragons here, but they still count. I think the idea is that once we freed them, they tried to take on Gnasty themselves and just got encased in crystal again. Which I suppose going with the whole story of why Spyro's the one doing this fits in. It's like, oh yeah, no, why'd they get captured in crystal again? Well, you know, Gnasty just has a really easy time hitting them because they're so big.
Be on the lookout for Gnorc commandos, Spyro.
They better be on the lookout for me.
Yeah. So one more dragon in the game, and I don't think we actually get to rescue that one until after we finish the game, or until after we beat Gnasty. It's one of those things. I mean, Crash 2 does a similar thing. Even is it Crash 2? One of those things where you can't technically complete the game 100% until after you've actually already beaten the final boss. But to its credit, you don't actually need to beat the final boss again to get the best ending. Is it Crash 2 that does that? I know you can't actually beat Crash 2 until after you've taken out Cortex at the end. You can't actually get the best ending for getting all the gems. But I don't think there's a gem that's held back from you for it. There is something I'm thinking of though. I can't think what the name is. I hate these guys with the guns. Is that the entire level cleared out? Just gotta do the supercharge now. You only announced the Destroy All Humans remake, which is kind of weird. I remember playing Destroy All Humans. I remember playing the demo for Destroy All Humans. I mean, don't get me wrong, this isn't another story of, oh, you know, I only ever played the demo of that game. No, I did actually end up with Destroy All Humans. Did I have it on Xbox? Did I have it on PS2? I have Destroy All Humans as a PS2 classic, now on PS4. Destroy All Humans and Destroy All Humans 2. I never finished the second one. I did do the first one though. But I first played it as a demo and it was actually a lot of fun. Okay, now we need to go around. Need to not do that. Yeah, Destroy All Humans was a lot of fun. And while it is actually available on modern systems, because it's available as a PS2 classic on PS4, but it's the first one is also backwards compatible with Xbox One. You can get a physical copy, or you can digitally download it, which is really neat. So it's a weird case of a game that's getting a remake, but is fully playable on modern platforms. Like, the only one you can't play on is Switch, but it was never on a Nintendo system. It never came out on the GameCube. Alright, so this should be the last of it. We're almost there. But yeah, no, Destroy All Humans remake. The trailer for that was weird. He showed off a bunch of ideas from the game. It was pretty much entirely. There was no gameplay. It was just, yeah, no, we're bringing Destroy All Humans back. And they did it to the sound of Rammstein, which was weird. It was awesome, but it was really surprising. The trailer's worth watching. It's a really good trailer. Absolutely no gameplay. But it does give you effectively, oh, that's where I need to go. Yeah. It does effectively give you the tone of Destroy All Humans, which was a really wacky game. It's set in set in the 50s, and you play as an alien who's come down to do things aliens did in the 50s. I'm not getting back. Yeah, you play as an alien who's come to Earth to do things that people thought aliens would do in the 50s. A very Plan 9 from outer space kind of thing, and the original version actually had that that movie as an unlockable. I remember I sat down and watched it and I was like, eh. I'm not sure if I had the entire movie. I didn't really get it. But I watched it when I was a teenager, so... And Plan 9 from Outer Space is considered to be like one of those movies. It's so bad, it's good, like one of the worst movies ever, but you know, one of those worst movies ever that you need to see. It was alright. Public domain now, I think, which is why they were able to put it on there. But yeah, that's the kind of thing you get, in very tongue-in-cheek kind of thing. Start the game, and it's like, oh hey, there's a life form over there, maybe it's the dominant life form on the planet. And the main character walks up to a cow and demands the cow taken to his leader. And that's basically the tone of the entire game. It was actually another game that was very similar to that idea in tone. Here's Gnasty Gnorc, the final boss. And is this all the gems for this world? That's all the gems. It was very similar in tone. It was set in the 50s as well. Stubbs the zombie. So if you were hoping for some kind of big confrontation between Spyro and Gnasty, there isn't one. I think Gnasty might try and shoot us. But for the most part, we're just chasing thieves to grab keys. Yeah, there we go, he's trying to shoot us. Grab the gems and go after the thief. Yeah, Stubbs the Zombie, and that is a game that I only ever played the demo of. And I've looked into it to try and pick it up recently because it is playable on 360. It's not backwards compatible on Xbox One, unfortunately, but it is playable on 360. And it is expensive to pick up. Essentially, it plays a zombie in a very 50s style area. And the demo was really cool because it let you play as a zombie. I remember the demo being really cool. It let you play as a zombie. And you can go around eating brains. And you eat brains and turn more people into your zombie army to eat more people's brains. While you go around and do like the goals of the level, and you use the zombies to take out the enemies and stuff, although you can also take out the enemies. It was kind of cool. Key doesn't work here. There is this door we have to go through. It's a shame that wasn't included as part of the Xbox backwards compatibility on Xbox One, which is something that was announced either during E3 or just after E3. No more backwards compatibility on Xbox One, unfortunately. Which is a big shame, because I love the backwards compatibility. Backwards compatibility, to me, is like one of the best things about the Xbox One. That said, it's not the only really good thing about Xbox One. The Game Pass is also really good. I mean, I've got loads of games, so I don't need it. Although I do appreciate it, I really do. And I have partook of it before. But it's like, what is it, like £8 a month? You can get like a year for about £40. Now we just need to catch and flame Gnasty. Although your first go round, you might as well just ignore him for a bit and grab all the chests for the gems. But as far as final bosses go, this is actually really simple. But yeah, you can pick it up. It's a pretty decent price. They get a lot of games on. There's over 100 games. They'll swap them out every now and then. Get other games on there. Every Microsoft exclusive ends up on there. Like Gears 4, Sea of Thieves, Gears of War 5 is going to be out on there at launch. Crackdown 3 came out and was immediately available to buy it. It was immediately available to play at launch on Game Pass. No additional cost, you just have Game Pass. There's Crackdown 4, Crackdown 3, there's Gears 4. We have to do the entire thing again. Alright, so chasing Gnasty again. We're talking about Game Pass. It's like, Game Pass is such a good idea. Microsoft doing really well with it, and like full price Microsoft games available at launch. It's really great. I mean, that's the kind of thing I would have loved to have as a kid. Like, yeah, no, don't spend much money on games, just every now and then might get a bit of money to get a game second hand, see what's within my price range. And you know, here's this little service. It's like what, £8 a month, like 40 quid a year. Such an easy sell. And there's like over 100 games on there. Wish I had something like that as a kid. That would be amazing. They put Metro Exodus on it actually. I think just before or after E3. Metro Exodus went on there. Metro Exodus is still a pretty recent game. I've not played it yet. That's like a super good deal. Super good. Yeah, supposedly Microsoft's bringing Game Pass to Switch. And like, depending on what they do with it, really interested in that. So I think there's 3 stages of Gnasty. We just have to get him like twice more. No. You know, I hate stuff like this. Well, it's not that it's difficult, it's just that it's easy to die in particular places, and then the problem is that there's no checkpoint. I've not died at any point in this because Gnasty killed me. I've died because I've just fallen off stuff. Which wouldn't be so bad if it wasn't for the lack of checkpoint, which meant every time we die, we have to do all of this again. And Gnasty's too fast for us to actually catch, it's not like thieves. So we run around the course until... So one thing that's kind of interesting to note, these platforms aren't actually moving into the wall, they're being squashed to the wall. If you pay attention to the textures, you can really see it. Oh no, it's only twice. Oh, that's it. Kind of anticlimactic.
Sorry it took so long. I kind of forgot about you.
What about Gnasty Gnorc?
Gnasty Gnorc is toast.
So now there's order again in the Dragon Kingdom?
Well, mostly. I've still got some treasure to pick up.
What will you do next?
I'd say the sky's the limit.
And that's how Spyro ends if you don't get everything. What we're going to do is we are going to cut these credits and I will see you back after them. Alright, we're back post credits and there's a new dragon here. This is actually the final dragon.
Gnasty's ancient history now. So, what's in there?
I believe this is Gnasty's treasure hoard. But the gate will not open until you have found everything in the Dragon Kingdom. Come back when you have reached 100%.
And he exists entirely to mark 100%, so you can't get this place open without completing the game. Because he won't spawn until after you defeated Gnasty, and so you can't go in here until after you have finished the game. So this is the final level, the bonus level. And the thing with this level is we can fly, but we have a height limit on our flight. The height changes, like the limit on the flight changes, depending on how high a place we start flying from. And so the goal list of this level is to get all the treasure. That's all it is. Get all the treasure, and that will be the end of the game. Some keys that'll let us get on further. That guy has the key. I keep forgetting that I can fly every time I press the glide button. So there's 2,000 in here, which ties into the thing the dragon said at the start in the interview. It's 12,000 gems, or is it 14,000? It's 12,000 everywhere else in the game. The 14,000 comes from this. There we go, got the key. Alright, at the minute this is the highest we can go. But we open this door. Then we can get up higher. And now this is as high as we can go. And so this is basically it. You go around, collect all the treasure here, catch the thieves so you can open the doors and get higher and higher until you're able to get all the treasure. It's simple enough, although the whole idea can be really fun, just openly letting you fly in a level like this. It's a really neat little reward for getting everything. Pretty stress-free level. Sure, you could fall into the lava and die, but thankfully you do have the flight. There's also the thing, once you've unlocked a certain height, you can immediately go back to that height by flying. So you don't have to keep going higher and higher to... You don't have to, like, oh, if I land here, I don't have to climb back up here to get that higher again. Which is nice, because that would have been irritating. Well, I guess we need to get that guy. So it's not you can fly as high as the highest point you jump from. It's you can fly as high as the highest point you jumped from in the level. Like that. How am I putting this? You can fly from the highest point you jumped from in the level, not from the highest point your last jump came from. There he is. And so this would have been an interesting variation to the thief chase. If you chase them in planes more often by flying. Because having the verticality as well is really a really neat change in the chase them round in circles idea. Oh, there's another one. He's going fast, we better get after him. Yeah, this kind of reminds me of Diddy Kong Racing. Oh, that reminds me. I've been kind of not doing Nintendo 64 games. I've done Mario 64. And the main reason I did Mario 64 was because I was able to do it on Virtual Console. I think I mentioned this at some point. Doing Nintendo 64 games is going to be on Virtual Console for the resolution, because they'll just look better. Hyperkin has announced, or if they haven't announced it, they certainly teased it, a new console they're doing called the Ultra Retron, which is going to play Nintendo 64 games. And if it works well, because I'm going to wait for the reviews before I go out and grab one, but if it works well, definitely going to pick one up for myself. There you go, that's how you speed up, you dive. Yeah, I'm definitely going to pick one up for myself, because if it works well, now it looks like it still takes standard N64 inputs, so I can use my controller. It takes cartridges, so I can play the cartridges like that. And if, like I said, if it works well, be able to play my Nintendo 64 games in actually really good quality through HDMI. Which would be awesome, open up so much more, because at this point, really kind of holding off on a bunch of those ideas for, because they'll look really bad otherwise. Honestly, it's a real shame, but it is true. And there is the Ultra HDMI mod, which I've seen in effect and does look really nice. It's expensive. And what you can pay to like have the board delivered to you and mod it yourself. That's still pricey. You can pay more to have your system sent away to be done by somebody else. And that's more expensive. There we go. And it does look really nice, but like I say, it's a lot of money for something I'm probably not going to use anywhere near enough to justify Alright. So if the Ultra Retron comes out and does work really well, totally gonna grab one, and they'll be able to. They'll feel more comfortable doing stuff like Mischief Makers for the channel. That's super satisfying. But yeah, like Mischief Makers, Castlevania on the 64, which we'll spend a bit more time with. Picture of Gnasty. Did we get all the gems? That's it, that's all of them. That's the game, 100%. Let's get out of here.
Spyro the Dragon, you've defeated Gnasty Gnorc, collected the dragon eggs, saved all the dragons, and recovered every bit of treasure in the Dragon Kingdom. How do you feel?
I feel fired up, Bob. And I'm happy for the dragon world, of course. I certainly wouldn't want to spend the rest of my dragon days butting heads with Gnasty Gnorc and his weird minions.
What's a minion?
Never mind. You know what they say. For every good battle, you need a good adversary. And I felt that Gnasty, in spite of his misguided nature, was a worthy opponent. Uh-oh. Here we go again.
Nah. So that's the good ending for Spyro the Dragon. And the reason we skipped the credits last time is a credit roll for this. For the good ending, again. So that was Spyro the Dragon. Solid game, has problems, honestly. I got really irritated in some areas. The music's solid, the controls for the time were really good. Aged kind of poorly. The camera has, for the time, is good, but is problematic in a bunch of areas. It was a decent enough game to go back to, honestly. There was fun had. There was irritation had, but there was fun had. When we come back to Spyro, we'll be doing Spyro 2 Ripto's Rage, or Spyro 2 Gateway to Glimmer. It's two different names. One's the American name, one's the European. The PSN version, which is the version I'll be playing, is the US version. Because when they released it in the EU PSN, they gave us the US version. Not entirely sure why. But no, it's a pretty solid game. I do recommend it, honestly. Although, I'll be honest, now that we've done Spyro 1, I am a lot more interested in getting to Spyro 2. Spyro 2 is a big improvement. There's nothing wrong with this game. Overall, there's a few complaints here and there, but Spyro 2 is a big improvement over Spyro 1. It's like Crash. Crash 1 is fine. Crash 2 is a major improvement. So, yeah. We'll come back, we'll do Spyro 2 at some point, that should be fun. But there was a lot of fun with this game. If I had this game back in the day, I probably would have really enjoyed it, and it's not a really irritating game to get 100% in. There's some really awkward bits where some gems are hidden in really awkward parts. There was this level which I hated. Few Gnorcs, but no sheep. But yeah, that was Spyro the Dragon. I want to thank you all for watching this far. Really appreciate it. Have yourself a fantastic night and take care.